guess it's just about showtime, eh?
Shalom. And I want to thank you all for coming out in this really cold weather. And I want to welcome you to Schuler Books in West Bloomfield. If you haven't been here before, we hope that you take some time after this event and walk around and see all the wonderful things that we have. I'm so excited that we are hosting the inaugural Jewish News Book Fair Club at our store, and we hope that you will be back for all the future ones. It is my pleasure to introduce Mike Smith, who currently holds the Aileen and Graham Lando Archivist Chair at the Detroit Jewish News Foundation. He has over 30 years of experience as an archivist and historian of Detroit and Michigan, including 9 years as director of the Walter Reuther Library at Wayne State University and 5 years at the Johanna Meyer Magoon Principal Archivist at the Bentley Historical Library at the University of Michigan. Mike also directed the graduate program in archival administration at Wayne State University for 5 years. He has presented and published extensively on such topics as Detroit and Michigan history, Jewish Detroit history, the American labor movement, and the automotive industry, and has often been quoted in local, national, and international media. He currently writes a weekly column and book reviews and features in the Detroit Jewish News. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Mike.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is my pleasure to introduce Don Levin. Don has a BA from Oakland University, an MA from the University of Detroit, and a PhD from SUNY Buffalo. And he's got an interesting path to becoming a full-time writer. First, he was a writer trainee with the Bill Sandy Company. I think some people may know that. That was a locally famous PR company. In fact, Bill Sandy just passed away recently. He was a grant writer and instructor at Wayne State University. One I really like is he was a speech writer for the Commissioner of Health in New York City under Mayor Ed Koch. So if Ed Koch was speaking about health, Don was putting the words in his mouth. And he was a professor of English and later dean of faculty at Marygrove College, and then became a full-time writer. He has 3 books of poetry out, 7 Martin Proust mysteries. You'll see them up above me here. They're excellent, though kind of interesting because the detective plies his trade on the mean streets of Ferndale, Michigan. I jest. They're excellent. They're first rate. And he has 3 books of Detroit historical fiction that we'll discuss today, the last one. The first book he did was Savage City, which had as a motif the 1932 Hunger March. This was a march during the depths of the Depression, a march on the River Rouge plant with people just wanted jobs, wanted food. His second novel, with a clever name, I thought, Arsenal of Deceit. As we all know, Detroit was the arsenal of democracy during World War II. This centers around the 1941 UAW strike against Ford and labor actions as well as the counteractions to the labor movement. And then we come down to today's book, The Ghost of Detroit, which is centered around 1955.